Welcome back to Telling Stories. Life can often be difficult and full of challenges. In the darkest moments, when we feel like we've lost faith, the beautiful words of the Lord appear like a beacon, shining through the storms of life. His teachings are not just words, but messages of love, guidance, and transformation that can change our lives forever. Today we'll explore a touching story about Nathan, a man who found the light of God during the darkest period of his life. Let's sit together, listen, and reflect on his journey from suffering to hope, all through the boundless power of the Lord's words. If you haven't yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any inspiring stories every week. Nathan's life, a man from a peaceful village nestled between rolling green hills, began like many others. A simple, warm life filled with love alongside his parents. From a young age, he was taught the values of respect, kindness, and love, spiritual principles passed down from generation to generation. His parents often told him stories from the Bible about the unconditional love of Jesus and what he did to redeem mankind. However, when Nathan turned 25, a great tragedy struck. His parents suddenly passed away in an accident. His peaceful life was utterly shattered. The pain was unbearable, breaking his heart and leaving him in a state of emptiness, feeling lost and hopeless. With no one left to lean on, Nathan's world crumbled. He no longer found joy in the small things that once made life beautiful. The home he had shared with his parents became cold and lonely. In an attempt to escape his grief, Nathan left his beloved village. He moved to the city, hoping to find a new life where the pain would no longer haunt him. However, city life offered nothing but hurried, impersonal routines and a deep sense of isolation. Each passing day felt like a ticking clock, void of meaning. Nathan tried to blend into the busy pace of the city, but that rhythm did nothing to fill the void in his soul. One day, while wandering through a park, weighed down by his thoughts, Nathan heard the sound of church bells ringing nearby. The sound was so pure and beautiful, as if it was calling out to him. For some reason, Nathan felt drawn to the bells. He stopped, listened, and followed the sound that echoed through the stillness. It led him to an old church with stained glass windows that depicted sacred scenes from the Bible. Nathan stepped inside and quietly sat in the back row. He observed the space and felt an overwhelming sense of peace, a feeling he hadn't experienced since the passing of his parents. The sermon that day was about the unconditional love of Jesus and his invitation to all those who are suffering and feeling lost. The pastor emphasized a well-known Bible verse, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." This verse pierced Nathan's soul like an arrow, reviving within him a faith long forgotten. Although he had always known the teachings of Jesus, it wasn't until this moment, amidst his own suffering, that he truly understood their power and meaning. In the days that followed, Nathan began returning to the church regularly. He would sit quietly, soaking in the sacred atmosphere, listening to stories about the love and compassion of Christ. The words of Jesus gradually seeped into his soul. One verse in particular changed the way Nathan viewed life. "Love one another as I have loved you." Nathan realized that no matter how harsh life could be, love and forgiveness were the most important things. God was not only almighty, but also a loving Father, always ready to receive and comfort his lost children. Another story that touched Nathan deeply was the one about Jesus saving the woman caught in adultery. When the crowd wanted to stone her, Jesus said, "Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." This reminder that all people have faults, but that kindness and mercy are paramount, resonated deeply with Nathan. He saw that none of us are perfect, and it's God's grace that offers us the opportunity to live better each day. Gradually, Nathan's sorrow began to heal. He no longer felt as lost and hopeless as before. Instead, he felt the love and presence of God in his life. He decided to return to the small village where he had grown up, with his heart filled with new hope and faith. When Nathan returned to his village, the people were surprised by the change in him. From a man weighed down by sorrow, Nathan had transformed into someone filled with energy and a resilient spirit. He decided to use his experience to help others. Nathan began hosting Bible study sessions where he shared stories with the children of the village about the wonders of the Bible and the power of love. Nathan wasn't just a storyteller, he became an inspiration to all who had experienced loss and pain. His sessions drew more and more attendees each time. People came to listen to Nathan talk about God, about how his words could bring peace and forgiveness. Through him, the light of God continued to shine, touching the hearts of many. Nathan's story wasn't just one of personal rebirth. It was also about how he used his own suffering to share and help others. The teachings of God, which had once saved him, became the foundation for him to pass on to others. Through Nathan, the light of Christ continued to spread, reaching the souls of many. Nathan's story is a clear testament to the power of God's beautiful words. No matter how hard and painful life may be, there is always the light of forgiveness and love waiting for us. Jesus is not only the Savior, but also the source of endless comfort for weary hearts. He invites us to come close, to find peace and faith in His heart. If this story has touched you, leave a comment, share your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Telling Stories. Let's together spread the stories of Jesus' love and compassion to even more people. God is always with us, and every journey can become remarkable when we walk in His light.